What's up? This is Joe from the Buckeye Cast, bringing you player interviews. Yes, get to know your Buckeyes. Here tonight, we have Cade Stover, Luke Wypler, Miyan Williams, Paris Johnson Jr., Steele Chambers, and Tommy Eichenberg, Mr. Chatty Cathy. Here is Cade Stover. Keep it locked in here for all of your Buckeye interviews and press conferences. Here's Cade.
I think when you moved over to this side of the ball, Jeremy Wypler was a really good receiver, didn't get a lot of balls. People were probably surprised at how active you've been in the passing game. Are you surprised at all by that?
That's a good question. Not really, to be honest with you. I think we had a good off season. I think that, I'm just trying to do whatever comes to me and make a play when the ball comes my way. And I guess if you're going routes that you're going to go open with, you got a chance to get the ball. But we got so many great players around us. It's a blessing to touch the ball whenever you can.
Coach Dave said, made it sound like it took some convincing for you to at least look harder to playing on offense. Kind of defensive guy at heart.
Right.
When did that change, or are you still kind of feeling that way?
No, it's changed. I think I'm after that Notre Dame game was the first time I was like, that felt good. Like I felt like I played after I felt when I played defense. Like I feel good. I feel beat up. I feel worn out. When you can play offensive side of the ball like you can on defense, and I think that I've officially 100% taken that step.
You talked in the summer about how you put in work with Keenan Bailey to improve as a route runner or pass catcher. Are you really seeing that work pay off these first few weeks?
Yeah, it's helped me a lot just to be able to understand what you're looking at and where you're attacking, what leverage you're attacking. Just little tips and tricks that you can take that he's taught me that can get me open really. So yeah, I'm seeing the benefits of it.
The plays that you're making this year, the last couple of weeks, do you feel like you were capable of making those plays a year ago?
Yeah, I think that if you doubt yourself and you don't see yourself do it, if you can't see yourself doing it, you're never going to do it. So I've never really, even when I first came over and I sucked, and I do mean sucked. I still never. I knew. I always in my heart, I knew you're talented enough to do it. You just got to figure out how to do it. And it took a while, but I'm starting to stack them together.
When do you feel like that light bulb really came on for you? That it did click for you?
Really, this fall camp. That's when it really you're like, okay, you can do this and you can be good at it. So I'm kind of taking that.
Kate, what were you doing that you felt sucked first?
I just didn't know. I've never played it. I had no technique. I just wanted to smash people, and half the time I just missed. But that's when I first that's like sophomore year, freshman year when I came over here, and it took Coach Walton taught me a lot. Coach Henry was a key with the route stuff. It's been a full circle of people trying to get me to the point where you can be a good ball player.
People talk, Coach Day said, other people said, it's a developmental position. Very few players come in here and day one are ready to play kind of in college.
Right.
Especially changing position. How hard was it? Defensive end, linebacker, tight end, how hard is that?
It's tough. It's tough not knowing. Previously, I had some doubt, should I even be over here? So it's hard to really give everything you had at that point. To be like, I don't know if this is right. But I took after playing linebacker in the Rose Bowl. That was I needed that to be able to be like, okay, I need one more stint over there. To be like, I can do it on this side of the ball too.
So it sort of was like a farewell almost,
right.
Turn the page.
Yeah, and it felt, So one last goodbye, and I feel way better over here now, to be honest with you.
Everything goes back to the season for James Eichenberg because it was tough, fast iron. How'd you guys pregame that? I'm curious if you kind of felt like your teammates were starting to showcase that mentality that you guys have.
I said it last week too, I think, but I think toughness is something that in playing tough and fast and physical, that's not something you can do in one day. If you're going to be tough and you're going to be physical, you got to do it every day. When you wake up, you got to be tough. When you go to bed, you got to be tough. No matter what situation gets thrown at you, that's kind of what we're playing like. And each day is a step, each game is a step. To get where we need to be. I don't think we're ever will be where we need to be at because there's always improvement. But I mean, we're playing what I'd like to think is what I used to watch Larry Nice play, and I like that.
CJ compared you to Gronk last week. What do you think of that comparison?
I don't know. I like it, but I don't know. I love Gronk. I'm a huge Jeremy Shockey guy. That's my favorite tight end of all time. So I don't know. That's a very nice compliment by the fellow right there.
You were right at the beginning of your career here in tight end.
I met him a couple times.
Potential do you have at that?
You did? Where? Here.
That's a good question. I think there's a ton. I think we're just scratching the well here. To be honest with you, we're just tapping into what it's all about to get. And each week I'm just trying to build on stuff and just put my head down and keep rolling.
Hey, you know how much he's like talk about CJ. When he throws a dart to you like you did over the middle, both of those guys. Do you even have a new appreciation now that you've been on the receiving end of a throw like that?
I said it earlier, he's the best player with the football in his hands I've ever seen in my life. And Justin's came through here, and I've seen Chase Young come through here. The dude can it's an unbelievable touch too. The ball never sometimes when you catch a ball from people, it's like your hands will sting. Like your hands don't sting when you do the ball. It is a soft, but it's got a little zip to it, and it's unbelievable. And we really came, to be honest, we became really close over the past summer and stuff. And it's been great getting to know him. I mean, he's from another part of the world, and for us to come together like that and play ball, I have all the respect in the world for that guy. I mean, he's a winner and he wants to win, so I'll ride with him any day of the week.
Do you think it's a little odd that farm kid from Mansfield and a dude from Southern California are becoming best friends?
No, because we got the same goal in mind. And we truly he truly wants what's best for the team. I truly want what's best for the team. And if CJ didn't throw another touchdown, we win every game. He couldn't care. If I don't touch the ball another game and we win every game, I couldn't care. I mean, if we got the same goal in mind, same purpose. I mean, like I said earlier, I'll ride with that guy day and night, any day of the week.
When you're building a connection with that guy, a guy like that off the field, maybe especially your quarterback, does it carry over to the field or not?
Oh yeah, I mean, in the huddle and stuff. I mean, if you got an off-field connection to where, you can look at him, you draw back on Matt drills, you go draw back on other stuff. You can draw back on going to the Griff pool, just something where he's gonna be with me, he's in my back pocket. And like I said, I'm going tooth and nail every step of the way with that guy.
Okay, it looks from the outside like this is a more versatile running game than it was last year. You do it from more formations. Is that an accurate assessment? And
Yeah. I mean, we got new offensive line coach Justin Fry is unbelievable, and really just good. I mean, he's a people guy. He's a players guy, and that's why they're playing tough. That's why we're playing tough. I mean, we get a guy you want to play for. It helps a lot. And scheme-wise, yes, the scheme's somewhat different.
Folks, we have Paris Johnson here. Paris and Cade are our last two guys.
Regardless of the fact that we're just trying to come off the ball and we're just kind of smoke people.
you guys are being allowed to set the tone more. How is that going?
Great. I mean, it helps. I mean, that's what we're trying to preach on the offense. I mean, that's what I'm trying to, coming over from defense and back to offense is hard to kind of wrap your head sometimes. So, you can play that spot with, you can play offensive line with energy, but it has to be contagious for everybody. So if somebody makes a good block, I mean, you got to be up in his ass. You got to be, hey, man, let's go, good shit, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to get through to that because you're not making a tackle. Nobody sees it. You know what I mean? You guys see it. I mean, people that want to watch the film will see it. But if nobody's cheering for that, it's tough. But once you can come together and do it, which I think what we're doing, it's something really, really special.
You get excited playing against a team like Wisconsin. You mentioned Laurinaitis and Shockey. Those guys like contact. And you play Wisconsin, it's like a tough man contest. What about this team? You get excited?
I mean, yeah, you cannot be excited for this. That's a great program with a tough team and tough kids on it. It would be a great test for us to see what we're really made of because, this is another tough Big Ten ball club that we're excited to play.
What do they force the tight end to do that the other teams don't? Because they're so tough pressing front seven.
It's tough. You got to run your feet and bring your feet with you and see what happens.
Has the blocking done a little bit easier? You probably had that mentality.
Clearing my mind makes it easier, yeah. Just clearing it to where I'm completely 100% content and happy with being where I'm at. That you can stack days together and be confident what you're doing.
When did you play tight end before? You went back to I
moved over during COVID 2020.
And your heart wasn't in that, right?
Nah, I didn't. I mean, I don't know. I didn't know where I belong. It's like the sophomore year, so nobody really knows what they call it. What they call sophomore slump. Nobody knows how you're doing sophomore year.
But you've seen other guys come through this program, talented guys who just they don't find their fit, and then all of a sudden they're like seniors and they haven't really found a place to contribute. Did you have any fear that was potentially going to happen with you?
No, I did. I mean, just because I kind of knew. I mean, I just in my mind, I tried to always be positive. I mean, only you know what you're really capable of. You know, in my mind, I watch tight ends across the country. Like I can be better than that. I can be on track to be what he can be. And I see that, and you see that, and you keep putting drills in your head, and then once you see yourself actually do it, and it just builds. I mean, you guys, everybody's just now seeing it. Like in my mind, I've ran through that situation millions of times, laying my bed.
How much does it excite you to see Mitch Rossi score a touchdown on a fullback dive?
Oh, I was so excited. I was so excited. I was running to come celebrate and hit no to no player, and then he got pissed, and his buddy got pissed, and we squabbled up, and I never got over to him. But no, I mean, I love seeing people in my room be successful, seeing this whole team be successful, and how close we really are. I mean, this is I think we got something really special.
Cade, Steele was mentioning this even during the season. You guys are in pads twice a week, and how physical are you guys being like in game week and stuff? And what is that like?
Oh, it's a grind. It Wednesday, you better buckle up like it's a game, because I run more yards Tuesday and Wednesday than I will in a game. And it prepares you, it tests your body, puts your body to the test, and you have enough time to recover on Thursday, Friday, and what we have on Saturday before we play, to really be at your full potential Saturday night to play well.
And it sounds like it's more pads than last year. Is that helping you guys out on Saturday?
Yeah, I think our mentality's changed. I think we have a better outlook on what we got to do here, and I think we're very locked in right now. We're playing good ball, and we're just trying to keep stepping in the right direction here.
Oh, what's up, everybody?
I got a question for you. JC mentioned that he was the president and you were the vice president. He told us, but what does that mean to you? I mean,
I think that's
communication's got to be off the charts.
Yeah, that's a huge compliment. I think that just speaks to the volume of the ways we work. CJ, of course, just the way the offense works, has final say in everything we do. So with him as president, me as the vice president, I think that's a huge compliment coming from one of the best players in America, and the trust that he has in me to make sure that he's going to be safe and protected back there.
When you're at the line and he's checking off and all that, what's going on between? Are you actually talking?
Yeah, communication's key in this game. I think that's pretty much like 90% of it. You have to be targeted right and blocking the right people in order for every play to be successful. So, there's communication, point here, ID here, ID there. So, for us, that's a huge key of it.
Luke, does it feel like the prelims are over and Big Ten play is right around the corner? How does it change? How does it change mindset-wise?
I don't think it changes much. I think we've been preparing like Super Bowl every week, and for us, we know how important one game could mean to this program. Every week here is do or die. So I think we treat every week like it's the last week. Like Miyan said today, pre-practice and a little hype-up speech. You never know when it's gonna be the last one, so treat everyone like it's gold. So for us, that's how we approach every game.
You say Miyan said.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for you guys, I mean, obviously, Wisconsin has this reputation through the decades of being physical up front, et cetera, and stuff. How much do y'all look forward to that, I guess?
I think that's a huge thing. I think they got some great players on that side of the ball, and I think they've been top 10 defensive statistically since 2017. So for us, it's going to be a great feat to go against them, and I think we're excited for the challenge. I think that's something we embrace. Early on in the season, of course, we had that Notre Dame team who was exceptional up front, and now we have this team coming in. So for us, it's every week. It's just a new challenge that we have to try to play up to.
Yeah, and Notre Dame did give you a feel for what's coming, right? I mean, as opposed to just playing a rummy dummy school, right?
Yeah, no, they definitely gave us a good feel. I mean, them, Arkansas State, Toledo, they were all pretty good teams. Even though sometimes the score didn't reflect that, they were all very talented players and good teams. So for us, it's just getting better every week. The whole key to the season is what we learned is it's what team improves the most week to week. It's not what you did last week; it's how you can get better and improve going into this week.
One quick, the out formation. When y'all jumped into it Saturday, did you sense? Obviously, y'all been in it before a couple times, but did Did you sense the crowd? I mean,
Oh yeah, we thrive
what
off
is it
that.
like being in the from your vantage
For us, like we talked about last year, I mean, we struggled a little bit in short yardage, and now when we get into those goal line, short yard situations, and we get that high personnel, heavy personnel in there, and we all get excited. We know what we're capable of when we got our hands on somebody and get our legs moving behind us. So for us, it's just a sense of excitement and thrill to be able to be in that formation, have that coaches have that trust in us that we can get that yard or two that we need.
And so far, you feel like y'all have answered that question from last year.
Yeah, I think we have. I think our play has proved that, and the situations we've been in, we've been able to be successful.
What are the things that stand out to you when you watch Wisconsin's defensive front?
They do a lot of things. They know who they are. They know their personnel. They play hard. They play physical. They play fast. So for us, it's just going to be able to match that intensity that they bring and play hard and play our game.
It seems like Wisconsin wants to bring a lot of pressure and from different spots. How much time have you spent on like previous meetings with them or Jim Leonard? I know you're watching the film, but how extensive is the film that you're looking back at?
Pretty extensive, I think. I mean, they've had the same DC since 2017, so we have a pretty good feel of what they're doing. It's not like Notre Dame where we had to prepare for 6-7 different defenses that we were going to maybe possibly see from all the new coaches and what's going to be left over, what's coming in. So for us, it's going to be this week a little easier knowing that they kind of have a base of what they do and what they like to do, and we kind of have an idea of what they're going to play and how to defeat it.
Ask a couple of questions.
Yeah, maybe a little dumbish question, but is this kind of game you sink your teeth into as an offensive lineman?
Oh yeah, this game is going to be an old-fashioned game. That's going to be about running the ball and stopping the run. And for us, we thrive off that. I think the D-line is excited to have a challenge. There's a great offensive line coming in here, being able to put their hands on somebody and drive them off the ball. And for us, we're excited to have a great defensive front coming in, being able to use what we love to do and run the ball. So for us, that's to be an old bomber-style type of football game.
Do you feel like having that Notre Dame game under your belt going into conference play kind of helps you guys prepare for the challenge ahead?
Yeah, I think any game that you play is another week to get better, another team to go against, just kind of get a feel of what you're getting good at, what you still need to work on. So for us, it's still just a great opportunity to get better.
Less, so.
I know you and Trey both talk about how you're just happy to help the team win, but I know it can't be easy to try to find a rhythm and you have to go out there getting 20-25 carries a game. How do you try to handle that? I mean, I know it's difficult, but is that something that is still by Tony or something that just you have to accept what it is? How do you handle that?
It's pretty much all of Coach Alfred to like whatever he feels like. So I mean, when we both get in, we try to make the best of what we can do, but we just pretty much congratulate each other and coach each other up, stuff like that.
Miyan, it seems like the running game is more versatile this year. You guys are running out of more formations, I think. How are you liking that? It's not just shotgun all the time. You got pistol, you got the eye. How are you liking that?
I answer this. I just think it's good for us, like the running backs and the offense, to prove like we can run the ball too instead of just passing. We got one of the best quarterbacks in the country, so I just feel like it's good for like the Buckeyes overall.
Is it difficult to go from one formation to the next? Like as a running back carrying the ball, is it difficult to go from the shotgun to the pistol to the I formation to like simple back? Like for you?
For me, no, not really. I don't think it's a lot. So. No.
Did you advocate to try and stay in that second half, get a few more carries, or were you good to come out at halftime Saturday?
It was all up to Coach Alfred. I mean, he told me to just stay ready in case I had to go back in, so I was just on standby. But I wanted to see how Dallas would play and like get more carries in the game.
CJ said when he first came out there, he did calm him down. He didn't say had to, but how did you see him on the sidelines right before he went in? What were he admitted he was nervous, but like how did you kind of deal with him on the sidelines?
I basically just told him like just relax and just go out there and just play, like have fun with it.
What about TC, obviously going in there, making that big run, scoring a touchdown, only lost his black stripe, a couple days before the game, and then to do that, how excited were you seeing him doing that out there?
I was very excited. I was just proud of him, I feel like everybody else was too. But like he run hard in practice too, so it wouldn't surprise me to see it in the game.
Did he remind you of yourself in 2020 wearing that 28 out there and just kind of like people are like, why is this guy all of a sudden bouncing off the tackle?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
What on film sticks out to this Wisconsin defense that's statistically a top 10 defense?
They're very tough team.
What is a goal that you guys are trying to achieve against such a tough defense, as you just said?
We just gotta come and play tough too. That's all there's to it.
Tough on tough.
You're an Ohio guy, Miyan. So what do you remember about Ohio State, Wisconsin games back in the day when you were growing up? I mean, is this like a game that kind of sticks out in your mind as being a little bit of a rivalry? I mean, it really was kind of back and forth there for a few years.
Growing up, I didn't really watch Ohio State, so I don't really know much about the Ohio State-Wisconsin game. So I couldn't really give you much on that.
Who were you watching growing up? You weren't watching Ohio State.
I was pretty much watching like NFL, just playing Madden growing up.
Miyan, Luke said you told the team something in a little pre-practice meeting or whatever today about play every play or play every game like it's your last. So can you go over that? What inspired you to give them that message?
Just like based off my teammates, like not being able to practice, they went out on days they didn't expect to go out. So I just told the team like just practice every play like it's the last, because you'll never know when it's gonna be your last play.
Our formation, you like it? Do you like it?
Yeah.
Why? Why do you like it?
It's just a lot of power.
Can you sense it when you're on the field? I mean, can you actually almost feel that power?
Oh yeah, definitely.
How does it show itself, I guess?
Just when we just rock off the ball and just get some push, I just feel like, all right, it's time to go.
Yeah. Miyan, you kind of took over in the fourth quarter of that Notre Dame game. Do you relish the fact that this is another one of those tough physical kind of matchups where you could be needed to do that again?
I mean, if it comes down to it, it would be like cool, but that's not what I'm planning to do. I'm just out there to help the team win.
When we talked with Cade Stover, and he had a great game receiving-wise on Saturday. What does he do in practice that makes him stick out now that he's moved over to the side end coming from the defense? What does he do to stick out?
I mean, the same thing, same stuff you see on the game, same thing you do every day at practice. So you just practice like a pro, so it show up on game day.
Do you see his leadership kind of transcend some things because he's obviously a captain and things like that? Then he goes out, and Brian Day said he makes plays when his number's called. Just from your vantage point, just how does Cade kind of apply that?
I guess he just like try to set an example for the other tight ends to just make a play with your number called. So yeah.
Mike, can you sense the crowd getting into it when you have the ball in your hands? I mean, with your running style, et cetera. Can you ever pay attention to the crowd noise? I mean, can you sense them liking your physical approach when in fact it calls for it?
I mean, a little bit. Like some plays it'll stick out to me, but some plays I won't pay no attention. But some plays, yeah.
Can you reveal what your mindset is when the ball is in your hands? From a standpoint of, running through guys, if that's what it takes, just what's your mindset?
I just tell myself to just play it like it's your last play, make the best of what you can do. Like just do what you can do, make the best of it.
Yeah. TC obviously had a big game, in the fourth quarter the other day. Mm-hmm. What kind of things does he bring to the room, and just what have you seen out of him since he's back in?
He learns very quick. Like he's a quick learner. He stepped up big, so I'm very proud of him for that.
A lot of people have kind of compared your running styles. Have you guys been able to kind of compare that yourself at all?
A little bit, yeah, because he run very hard. He run hard at practice, so yeah.
What do you think that he shows in practice that gave him that opportunity on Saturday?
Just toughness, just being tough, and knowing the plays. So.
If your pork chop, what is he? Like short rib? What is it?
They was calling him Baby Chop.
Yeah. Hey, last thing, it was quite important for Dallin Hayden to come on, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because we all saw Travion one series and he's out of the game. You're the number one guy. Dallin's a backup, and just how impressed, I guess, are you by what Dallin's been able to do in a few short months here?
He impressed me a lot because it's a lot. Our offense, it's a lot to learn, and he learned it very quick. And when he got in the game, he did his job.
Thanks, Miyan.
Thank you.
Doing all right. Versus the start of Big Ten play,
change anything, mean anything more?
Like it definitely does mean more. I mean, this is like, you know, I feel like it's like, you know, a reason why some people that go play in SEC to play those SEC opponents is a, you know, reason why I come to the Big Ten to play, you know, these type of games. Like I felt like this is one of those games that I knew when I committed here was going to be a big one because they're known for like bigger, stronger guys. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is always a game I've looked forward to since I was in high school. You know, a game like this.
It does seem like Ohio State, Wisconsin is like just about those big guys.
Right. That's usually like the Big Ten championship, like when I was in high school. Yeah. So I used to watch the game. So it's kind of cool to say, you know, I'm not playing against them. I watched them. It's high school, you know.
I asked Luke this. Like, you know, Jim Leonard's been there for a few years. Seems like he brings a lot of maybe different pressures. When you guys are studying film, how far back does it go? Just looking at this year, several years, previous Ohio State, Wisconsin games. What have you? How much are you looking at with them?
Well, Luke, I say this is an area where I've definitely improved from past years as far as watching film. But Luke's the type of guy to go back to the first film of Wisconsin ever, just get advantage. And that's why, you know, I've been with him trying to study. I'm gonna ask him a lot of questions. But I would say I'll maybe, like for me personally, like I felt like I only need film that goes back to maybe even like 2019. You know what I mean? I feel like that's as far back as I would go, just to see their style of defense. I feel like it's kind of cool as the first year I really get to learn their defense. Because I was in high school, watched the games, so the defense was always really funky to me. You know what I mean? The way they play. So I feel like it's really cool. My first time just getting to learn it, and I feel like I'm around you know, Coach Fry, Mike Seleni, Luke Wypler. Sometimes we call him Coach Whip. You know what I mean? I feel like he really made it easy to understand the defense. You know.
How do you critique and improve, you know, pass protection and look back on it? And, you know, you guys allowed 0 pressures against Toledo. So how do you, I guess, are there still things you can look at and build on from it and learn from?
Yes, I mean, only being like week 4 and to the season, I feel like our like mantra, our focus every week is keep upgrading our you know, abilities that we can't sit back on. I feel like the times where in the past, where I guess I've seen even as a recruit when I watched Ohio State, like the times, I mean, honestly, it's all over the country. Like when you see a team go out there, dominate and win, the teams that sit back and get fat and happy, you know, you get exposed that next week or week after that. And I would say just like the focus from the top down, from Coach Day down is, you know, keep going. How much better can we get? And I feel like watching film and even watching the times, like you said, where we had no pressures, what was that one misstep that we can hone in on? I feel that's the fun part, always finding something else you can improve on, you know.
Where have you improved as a pass blocker from last year to this year, and where are you still trying to build?
I would say the biggest thing for me is just getting back used to space. You know what I mean? I feel like the last time I was in space before this season was about freshman year, you know, when I was here. But again, only in practice. You know, so it's controlled setting, and then besides that, like, and I was in high school going to high school kids. So I feel like just, you know, just going back from like being in that box to being out of space, and I feel like it's like really nice, like knowing that and being able to play with Donovan by my side, who's such a smart, strong player, that I feel like our communication is great because I know what he sees and know what he can give me, you know what I mean?
Playing in space, do you feel like that's more suited to your athletic skill set?
I would say it's an advantage of mine. I would say I like being in space. I'm not afraid of a defensive guy who likes to utilize space because I feel like, you know, I've had people used to comment all the time about my legs. I feel like it's something that keeps me able to keep going in space. I feel like that's my, you know, gift in my role. You know?
If you first 3 weeks here.
What's that? Repeat that?
How do you think you performed these first 3 weeks being back up at tackle? What do you think it's gone so far?
I would say that I've definitely been proud of the work that I've put in the first couple of weeks. But if anything, I'm even more excited about what I can continue to show. I want to be able to continue, you know, and it might not be to the last game that we play, but eventually I want to be able to say, you know, I put together a full game I'm really proud of, and I really showed everything. And I feel like until then, we're still just building, but I'm still proud of where God has brought me to so far this season. But, you know, I still got more I want to show. You know?
You have a favorite snap and a least favorite snap so far?
I'm not sure. I think maybe it was one time, I don't know if it was this season or if it was in the spring game, but I think there was a time where like multiple people jumped and I wasn't the only one, and the camera like pointed down on me and I was sick. I'm like, dang, now my mom thinks I jumped. I'm like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But whatever. But I mean, besides that, so that's really it.
Ferris, can you go back to that point you were making a while ago about Wisconsin's defense kind of being a little bit funky? Is what you said, the way they line up and stuff. Explain to people what you're talking about.
I mean,
seen it from your perspective.
That's a perspective that I had like when I was in high school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when I was in high school, when I was at St. X, I mean, we had a 3-3 stack. So to me, I'm seeing like Wisconsin defense. I'm like, what's going on? This guy's here, this guy's here. So it's kind of hard for me to understand.
Yeah.
But I would see now, like, you know, I feel, you know, they play a sound defense, and you know, you see their like numbers going back, like, you know, great. But I mean, like, you know, because of that, I feel like that's a reason like you're excited to play an opponent like this because it like means a lot.
Yeah, and it makes that defense makes sense to you now more than it.
Right, it does. It does. You know?
And another thing, when you guys jumped into the eye on the other night, and y'all ran different things out of it several times and stuff. What was the feeling you had? I mean, like Luke Wypler really enjoyed, you know, the feeling of power, etc. What did you feel there as you guys got into that?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's fun to be able to run the ball and to verbally communicate in front of the defense that you're going to run the ball that way, and then you just continue to do it. So I would say when you could do that, it's a fun time.
Yeah, but did you sense Toledo going what's up, or did they adjust to it quickly? And how would you describe the reaction on the other side of the line, I guess?
To be honest, I wasn't really paying attention to how they talked and communicated to each other about what we were doing over there, but
But y'all had almost every big man available on the line, you know,
right?
3 tight end. You had your fullback situation there, and is that something this team needed more of last year? I mean, what's your sense of that?
I think honestly, I've always been the type of player, and I think this goes back to my Little League days. I've never questioned anything as far as play calling or decisions made. So as far as for me, I mean, I thought I thought it was fine.
Yeah, and I didn't mean it like whatever. I meant it more of, did you feel like one of the big questions about this offense, were y'all going to get that power this year? You know what I mean? Because there were sometimes it looked like, did it feel like y'all have gotten there from the start?
Right, yeah. I mean, I would say
accomplished.
it was definitely fun to be able to do that, and I think there's got to be something that we continue to do this season as far as like running the ball. But I mean, I guess to your point we said earlier, I mean, when I was a freshman, beginning of the season, I wasn't playing. I would have loved for that package to be a thing.
Yeah.
So I get a couple more, like, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, exactly.
So you were jealous of
Thanks, man.
Oh my gosh, he was jogging out there in the field. I'm like, you don't even know how much this means down here. This is a big deal. This is a big deal.
Maybe you put you put the 41 jersey on. You could be in there.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be for a pass, maybe.
Yeah, that would be fun.
When CJ goes scramble mode as a guy protecting his backside, what's going through your head? What are you thinking when you're seeing the quarterback running around? Because you know he's not a runner. So
right. I mean, I feel like my first goal is to be able just to contain my man so CJ can work out, get his pass off, and if he does want to run, I feel even in my mind, like, I don't know what he's going to do. So even as mine, I've talked to him about it, I'm like, hey, like, if you give me, I don't know how it would work in like real time. But I'm like, you give me like a head nod or something, like, I'll just come to your lead block and we'll just go. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's all about just continue just to play and finish and strain. You know what I mean? Because he knows what he wants to do, and I got to be able to allow him to do it. You know what I mean?
What's the versatility of this running game do for you guys up front?
Oh, I mean, I feel like the just versatility of the run game just allows you, like, you have to play both. Like, last season, a lot of teams knew that we were going to pass the ball and they still couldn't stop it. Now teams know you can't stop the pass, and we're going to run. You know what I mean? So I feel like it adds another element, you know what I mean? So, it's nice.
Thank you.
Howdy.
When you were a running back still, what type of running back were you?
That's a hell of a way to start it.
There's a reason why.
Obviously not that good. That's why I made the change. But I mean, I guess like not elusive. I guess like a one cut kind of guy. I don't know.
Well, you were like, I want to run you over. I want to make you miss.
I guess run over.
So now that you're playing the position that typically running backs like to run over, I guess like, how do you stop a running back like that? Like a bigger back who is wanting to be physical, who wants to run over, who wants to
Tackle him, get him on the ground. Simple as that. By any means necessary, really.
Is that more of a group effort with guys like that in comparison to maybe?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of just everyone swarming to the ball, just being a relentless team, and just everyone just being sound in their assignments.
Obviously, I was about that.
I kind of picked up on it.
Like, what are your thoughts on him watching the film so far as a guy who did the opposite?
He's a really good player. He's very elusive. A lot more than I was expecting. He's fast. He's really patient, and he's just a big back. I mean, they got a whole staple over there, but just a bigger challenge for us, and we're really excited for it.
When you're talking about defensive tackles, some of the things those guys do in the run game can kind of go unsung a little bit. You know, they're not always the ones faking the tackles, but they've got to block some double teams. Who are some of the best guys from your purview playing behind them at eating blocks, at against the run, kind of absorbing those double teams?
So far this year, it's been really everyone we put in, but I mean, Teron, Vincent, Mike Hall, Jerron Cage, all those guys, they just get in there, they eat blocks, and they go unsung a lot. I mean, sometimes they'll let us know, like, hey, like we're taking on double teams, like you gotta make the tackle. So I mean, me and Tommy, all the linebackers, we're really appreciative about them. But I mean, it does suck that they go like unsung heroes or whatever you just said. But I mean, sooner or later, someone's got to give them credit.
We've been asking a lot of questions throughout the year about Mike Hall and kind of the emergence of plays he's made. But I guess what's something that stands out to you about Teron Vincent that maybe doesn't get talked about a lot? What's something that makes him excel?
Just has a lot of energy. He's always going 4-6-8 to be. That's our little saying. He's just always giving 110% until the ball's down.
Still, when you look at Wisconsin on video, what jumps out at you about them? I mean, they've been known forever as a lineup, try to shove you off the ball or, zone blocking, all this kind of stuff up front. Yet they seem to be dropping back into shotgun a lot this year and stuff, and throwing the ball, it looks like, at least from the video we've seen. But what stands out about them?
They're just really big, fast, physical, and they want to play smash mouth ball. But, I mean, they've also evolved a little bit. They're able to go back and pass. So we just got to be ready for whatever they decide to throw at us.
Yeah. Are you eager for this test? How would you describe you
it's
guys?
going to be a fun game. It's going to be a night game, blackout. It'll be fun as well.
But you know what I'm talking about. I mean, they're known as a physical team. We're going to come after you. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, do y'all feel prepared for this test?
Yeah. I think we prepared all summer, all throughout this season. It's going to be a nice test for us.
Yeah.
So the answers are going to be short. I'm tired as hell right now.
Yeah, I guess. Did the Notre Dame game help y'all prepare for a Wisconsin instead of like playing, three kind of warm-ups? It was Notre Dame right off the bat, a physical team, etc.
We just had to come out, be ready to play our best ball as soon as the season started. I think that really just prepares for the entire season, not just getting our feet wet, but really just jumping right into like a really good team.
Can I ask one last thing before you run out of breath?
Go for it.
Their running back, Braylon Allen, when you watch him on video, what jumps out about him?
To answer that guy's question, same thing. Just fast, elusive, big guy that we just got to keep hitting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Steele, has anyone given you like a good look in practice for a back that big?
Cade Saunders kind of runs like Bobby Boucher. My shoulder kind of hurts right now from him. He puts his head down and go, but I mean, not as big as him, but he's definitely giving us a good look. I think all the scout teams really giving us a good look for this week.
Steele, I put a hat on and my hair is matted down for the rest of the day. How in the world does your hair still look like that after wearing a helmet all practice?
Oh, it's like a crow's nest up here. It's disgusting. But I mean, conditioned twice a day. I don't know. Comb it once a day.
What kind of conditioning?
Oh, shit. I don't know. I just changed out. I just ran out, so I'd have to get back with you on that one.
You mentioned Cade Stover as somebody who, challenges you guys in practice. What about TC? Like, what about him, put him in that situation on Saturday?
TC, he's been he hasn't been with the scout as much. He's been doing a lot of reps over with the 1s and 2s. But I mean, when we do see him, whenever we come together, he's a pretty physical runner. Yeah.
How big is that for your prep to be able to see what the scout team looks like each week?
I think it's big because I mean everything that we see in the scout team really correlates to what we see on Saturday. So just being able to see like as close as we can to the same looks, that's really big for us.
Who's Graham Mertz this week? Your quarterback.
We've just been rotating at quarterback. I could just the number.
You don't know the player's name?
They just rotate. So
yeah, I got you.
Just a bunch of guys.
All right. Any more questions for Steele?
Go
last
for it, man.
Just, someone who has played running back, how do you think that offense, just used to being in that offensive mindset, aids you in reading offenses when you're on the other side of the line?
I think as far as things like any kind of running back steps, just kind of knowing the reads, maybe like what keys they're looking at, stuff like that can really help me. And then in high school, we kind of ran the same sort of offense, a lot of eye back, a lot of under the center, so that kind of helped me too.
Is practice harder this year than it was last year?
Yeah, I don't want to say something that'll get me in trouble, but yeah.
Okay, not harder, like maybe just more emphasis on being physical.
Yeah, I think big emphasis. We're going full pads 2 times a week now, so that's different. That really traps my ass, but I mean, it's whatever. We need to get physical for a game like this.
How is that showing up on game day? Because you look at Clemson. How is that showing up more on game day when you're playing teams like Notre Dame and comparing from Wisconsin? The fact that you are hitting a lot more during the week.
Honestly, at times it just makes the game a little easier. As far as just like the pace we go through a practice, and then just a lot of hitting for just feels like nonstop. So it just really prepares us mentally and physically for Saturday.
How much good on good is it?
It's more than in years past, but I mean it's pretty decent amount. Yeah.
All right, Steele, thank you very much.
Teams are going to try to attack in different ways, and you got to prepare for what their strong suit is. So.
Yeah. Tommy, can you scoot up to the mic for me?
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.
Tommy, a more technical question, maybe. Can you tell me the preparation of trying to tackle a back that's maybe just like a bigger body, more of a bruiser, versus one that's maybe a little bit more of a speed, so trying to make you miss?
Yeah, I'd say you got to get both of them down at some point. So you tackle different size backs different ways, but I think whatever works is you just got to get them to the ground. So.
Is it more maybe of a collective effort when it's a bigger guy than it would be if it's sort of my size and trying to tackle?
I'd say so. Yeah, just swarming. But that's a big thing for the defense too. Just swarming the ball. So.
I wanted to get some of your thoughts on how the defensive tackles have been playing. Obviously, a lot of the run defense goes, but those guys even blocks kind of free flow. How is that?
They've been playing great. All those D tackles, Teron, there's so many. Tyleek, Jerron, trying to name all of them. Mike Hall, all of them. Jaden McKenzie. I mean, they make our job easy. Taking on double teams and things, and try to work with them. So. Just a great running back, running behind a great O-line, so just great overall.
How much of a confidence boost was that Notre Dame game after you made a few big plays in that? Did that get you extra ready for week 2?
I'd say so, yeah, just confidence, yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
You got a bunch of turf pellets on the left side there. Did you take a spiller in practice? Or?
Right side too.
Oh, really? Yeah, I fell down a little bit. So, yeah.
How do you think your season's gone so far? Maybe the way Jim Knowles has used you, maybe a little bit more of a weapon.
I'm not really sure. I haven't really thought about it. Just a part of the defense, really. So we all play as one. Just try to do my job. I help the team out as much as I can, really. So.
Do you like having that role?
Yeah, I do.
What do you like about it?
I do. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
How big of a boost was it to the defense this week in practice to have finally those, not only one turnover, but the 2 turnovers from last weekend under your belt finally?
Yeah, it's a big confidence boost. I'd say, you got to do our best to get the ball back to the offense. So, yeah.
How do you guys simulate for a back as big as Braylon Allen? Like, do you have like a linebacker play running back in the scout team? Like, how do you guys do that?
I don't know. I mean, we got some pretty big backs, so not his size, but we just know that we got to tackle him. So.
Is anyone giving you a good look?
All the backs are really, all of them. Anyone that's listed as running backs is giving me a good look this week. So.
And in the morning.
You're averaging more than 6 tackles per game to start the season, and dating back to either the Big Ten championship game last season or the Rose Bowl last season, you had over either 35 or 36 tackles over that span. What have you seen just throughout your own personal game that's allowed you to just take the next leap forward in terms of developing as a linebacker?
My D line is helping. We're all playing together, so.
And how important is that communication between, since the linebackers, they're constantly talking out there with not only the defensive line but the secondary. How important is that communication with the rest of your defense in order to be successful?
It's really important. You got to get everyone on the same page, and we're all playing together. That's how it's done.
You individually this season through this season, do you feel like you've been unleashed a little bit? It's the way that Jim Knowles wants you playing in this defense.
Yeah, I think everyone really, but just try to play as hard as you can. Really, I think that's a big thing.
Are you having more fun? Are you enjoying the way he wants you to play? Why?
I wouldn't say I'm having more fun. Let's say just more. I don't know, really. Just trying to play as hard as I can.
It seems like you're constantly on attack in this defense. Is that what you expected based on what was being installed in the spring or how this was progressing?
Yeah, I'd say so. Just you see some the plays that he installs, and it's kind of like, okay, you gotta. This is what he wants you to do, so you gotta execute the game plan. So. Yeah.
Tommy, as one of the leaders of this defense, do you feel like you guys are starting to prove what you set out to do in the offseason?
Not yet. We got a long way to go. But we're slowly building. So.
How much do you see? Yeah. Yesterday, Jim said that you guys hadn't played a complete defensive performance yet. Do you agree with that?
I agree. Yeah.
And do you see that as him kind of challenging you guys? I know he's on your side as much as he possibly can. But do you see that as kind of a challenge he's giving you guys?
Absolutely. Yeah, he's definitely because he believes in us and he knows our capabilities, so he knows what we can do. So we're not there yet, but we're trying to get there.
Tommy, I'm curious, on film, the rushing attack from Wisconsin is statistically really strong. What stands out about their rushing attack with especially Braylon Allen?
Yeah, just good rushing, really good O-line, good running back. Do a lot of things. Just great overall.
Has there been any change in the game plan now that you're going against the Wisconsin offense that's statistically very good on the run side of things that you really haven't faced so far?
No, I wouldn't say so.
Tommy,
last question.
Yeah. You guys faced last week when you faced Toledo. Daquan Finn, he was pressured a lot, but he was able to escape a lot of tackles. How did it look on film studying a dual threat quarterback like that, and how do you think it's going to help the defense prepare for future games?
He was a good quarterback. I think we all could have just done better that game, so helps us out there.